Hey, how's it going, everyone? Brad Smith here with HylthLink, looking for the top health and fitness experts throughout the world. Today, I'm joined with some top health and fitness experts, Ciara and Chris, owners of STAG Human Performance. How are you guys today?
Good.
Hey!
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for jumping on. I always like interviewing two people because I can never run out of answers. Just keep asking, right? Get more information. Tell the audience, I know you guys are. I've known you for a while, Ciara, and tell the audience real quick, who you are and what your business is.
So we are STAG Human Performance, and we focus on niche populations. So populations such as uh, those clients that have issues with Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, diabetes, any type of special training situations. We are equipped and qualified to handle any and all. And then we
Cool.
have athletic performance portion of that.
So we also specialize in athletes, maybe military guys looking to get some personal training, one-on-one training to get them to the next level. Guys who are also looking to kind of promote maybe if they're doing strongman, Olympic lifting, and that kind of stuff. We're looking for population groups who want very, very tailored and personalized training, not kind of off-the-shelf training, but we take into account, knee injuries, ankle injuries, shoulder injuries, osteoarthritis, osteonecrosis, diabetes, what drugs you're on, what drugs you're currently taking, what drugs you need to be taking. We look at the entire person, both injury perspective wise, goals perspective wise, and the total body perspective.
Awesome. And before the interview, you guys mentioned, Ciara, you're working with someone with Parkinson's, and then Chris, you're working with someone going to the special forces. So I think that's really unique, those two right there, than all the other services you offer also. So that's
Yeah.
really cool. All right, tell us what STAG means.
The money question.
Yep.
So is as everyone knows, what a stag deer is. It's the male deer, powerful, strong, but also nimble and agile and quick to respond to things. It's also part of my last name, Castagno. I was called Stag as a nickname growing up in sports. So the stag deer is just a kind of a stoic symbol of power, beauty, and agility. So that's kind of why we chose the stag deer as our kind of our logo and our image.
All right, that's awesome. Thanks for telling me. And I think you guys are wearing the matching shirts, so we have to ask and figure that out, right?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me a little bit about you guys as a business. How do you work with clients, and how can they work with you?
Yeah, so the best part about us is that we come to you. There are no excuses. You don't have to make the time in your day to drive to the gym or pay for an extra membership. It is literally on us. We set a date and a time and a place to meet, and it's usually within the home. For some of our athletes, for example, track athletes, we meet at a local track and we do train them on those tracks. So those particular situations are on location training, but we are an in-home training service. So
And if you're looking for, advanced training like barbell training, sled, kind of powerlifting training, we bring equipment to you, and a parking lot works, a backyard works, heck, even a driveway works. So if you're looking to get that one-on-one personal training without a bunch of people staring at you, kind of where we fill in the niche and the populations that are looking for one-on-one training. We also, like we said, we build the program around the person. So if you're living in Arizona, we can build a program and thing for you online, and our prices, of course, reflect that. So it's all personalized as much as we can get.
All right, so you work online. So tell me a little bit about the location. Where are you located, and where do you travel to if to work with someone face to face?
yeah, so we're located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and our radius is definitely within like a 30-mile radius around the Charlotte and surrounding areas. So Huntersville, Concord, downtown Charlotte, all of that. South
Pineville,
Charlotte,
Rockville.
Pineville, yeah. Those are where a number of our in-person clients are. Online training clients can go from here to the UK to Texas. I mean, there is no boundary as far as online clients go.
And I even have a friend that I help out with training in Egypt. So, we go
Wow,
kind of.
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are able to help that many people out. And I think that's why we've all gotten in the industry, is to help more people with their health and their fitness and just their overall well-being. If you guys could, just a summary for both sides. What got you started in the industry and why you wanted to start helping people?
Okay. I have been wanting to get into exercise and health since I first had to decide on a major in college. That was literally the beginning. Yeah, I went into college knowing exactly that I wanted to make a living and change lives through sport and fitness. And so went exercise science degree, went and did 2 master's degrees, got any and all possible certifications as far as, one of the biggest ones that I have is ACSM. And it was a way that I could be the preventative measure that people needed instead of working, from a medical perspective where you're already working with diseased populations. So I could be that interception point so that people could help themselves. I could help them before they got really sick. And that was a really big motivator for me. Early on in my career, I got to work with a lot of cancer patients and to see their quality of life and them get healthier and either beat cancer or, some of them do pass away, but they left this world a healthier version of themselves and they weren't in either so much pain or they didn't see so much deterioration. And so I really got to see the power behind helping people become healthier and, personal too. I was an athlete myself, so it was awesome to just see different ways of how I could either train myself or how my coaches worked with me, and just those real life sport experiences. That's a really big driving force. That athletic identity is a huge driving force for me.
Well, having that experience yourself, I'm sure helps you work with clients and helps you, sympathize with them or, get down, hey, I worked with these people in the past. If I could real quick, I want to read a review. My body, energy, and overall health were never better than when I was working out with Ciara. I started personal training to get toned for my wedding and stayed with her for 2.5 more years. And I think that's awesome, and that says a lot about you. You're able to help people for a long time, help them with their health, whether it's with Parkinson's, cancer, or for a wedding. That's a really, really cool review I just read there. What about you, Chris?
So, I was a college athlete. I did the whole powerlifting thing in college, and I really fell in love with lifting then. In the military, as an officer in the military, I had soldiers that were constantly struggling to pass the PT test, or maybe wanting to go to airborne school, air assault school, ranger school. So I actually kind of took it upon myself and my platoon and my company to start, learning as much as I could about the health industry, the health world, about endurance training, strength training, and I started writing custom workout programs for my soldiers. And from there, the whole battalion kind of got wind of it, and they kind of started coming to me for being that subject matter expert, getting ready for, the Ranger School and that kind of stuff. I personally trained a kid that never thought he was going to physically make Ranger School. We trained for 5 months straight, and he finally passed his Ranger physical and went there, and he crushed it. So that was really rewarding for me, training these guys that are doing some really grueling stuff and getting them ready for that. And it's kind of, branched out now in the civilian world, but I'm still helping guys that I know in the military and that are looking to go into the service. So that's kind of where I got my background and start from.
What's the difference between training for a new recruit for basic BT to someone going to Ranger?
So for a basic, guy just, trying to go to basic training, which actually I'm doing someone now that's trying to go to basic training. It's just essentially the basics, right? So a lot of these people are very sedentary lives. They got to kind of slowly build up, and just it's all about muscle endurance and learning to know your body and learning to push that body past what it's used to being pushed to. Endurance training and just body weight movements. I tell these guys, when you're going to basic training, you want to throw those weights away because there's no weights in basic training. Same thing with Ranger School. The hardest thing in Ranger School is the ruck marching and just the constant wear and tear on your body. So there's a lot of volume of training that you kind of have to do that's not traditional, like just going in the weight room and doing bench press all day. You got to really push your body to those limits.
All right, that's awesome. And thanks for telling me the difference there. I know, you have to be able to work with so many different types of people. So I give it to you guys for being able to accommodate and help such a big variety of different types of people. All right, so I know we have a little delay there. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So one success story, maybe you guys can each share one that really sticks out to you, or just one together. But I know it motivates me when I see clients seeing success, and something that just really motivates you. It doesn't have to be the biggest weight loss story, but something that keeps you moving.
So one of my favorite ones is it was a young lady that came to me. She had been in a car accident in Mexico, and a tractor trailer rear-ended her, and she had basically her entire lumbar spinal fusion. I mean, just a hot mess. Couldn't turn, no sitting up on her own. Walking was difficult. Just anything and everything you could possibly imagine. We were literally retraining her how to live, how to walk, how to sit up. Let's just take getting abs back. Like we're talking like just being able to get up and run a vacuum. So watching her in the process of day one to it took about a year, and to see her one day just I remember distinctly she sat and did 3 sit-ups for the very first time, and it was just the look on her face was priceless. And from then on, she was just like, I know this is working. I'm getting so much better. I can do so many more things. And her big goal was to be able to get pregnant. But she couldn't get pregnant without, addressing the back surgery. And so helping her recover from that back surgery and be able to work towards building a family, that was really rewarding to see someone be able to not necessarily get another chance at life per se, but without that help, without that structure, she wouldn't have been able